So the question we're asking today, how did the universe come into existence? What would your response to that be?
Personally, I've subscribed to the theory of the Big Bang, but I personally subscribe to the belief that the Big Bang could have also been the end of another universe and just the beginning of ours. Maybe we're just in a big loop, or it's just a spontaneous event and no one really knows.
Okay, so Donovan, you say another universe. So I could apply the same question to that. How did that other universe come into existence? So I could just take it back.
Same way this one did.
And how did that other universe, the second universe, come into existence?
It would be a constant repetition of expanded contract.
Yeah. So let me put it this way. The very first thing, Donovan, that came into existence, who or what was the cause of that?
That's what people are trying to find out. That's the big question.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally don't really have an answer for that, because my belief is that this current iteration of the universe is due to an event like the Big Bang, or something like the Big Bang.
Mm-hmm.
But what caused that is beyond my knowledge.
Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you saying that, Donovan, because that would be the question. Who was the Big Banger? Who or what was the Big Banger? And, I appreciate your transparency in saying that's beyond my knowledge. I don't know.
I think that's what a lot of people need to focus on. It's not what they know, it's what they don't know.
Do you believe that God could be the answer to this question?
It's a possibility. One out of many.
Yeah. Let me offer you this, Donovan, and let me get your thoughts on it. All right? I think that God is the only answer to the question, because in order for something to come into being, it has to be caused. Would you agree with that?
That's true.
Okay, so unless you have an uncaused causer, an eternal uncaused causer, i.e. God, nothing could ever come into existence.
But in any case, there is a possibility of spontaneous events.
Okay, so let's just focus on the word events. What was the cause of the events?
Nothing.
Donovan, this is something that I really have a problem with, and I'm not getting in a debate or anything, but when people talk about something coming into existence from nothing, that makes no sense to me. It's just an untenable position. It's kind of like Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music, Before You Were Born. It was a popular movie in the 1960s. She had a great line, and she said, "Nothing comes from nothing, nothing ever did." And so help me with this, Donovan. How can you bring something into existence from nothing?
Well, going back to the Big Bang, hypothetically, if there was nothing before the Big Bang, it would have also had to have been everything. Everything there would have been needed to create the universe. Everything was there. It just, I don't know, needed something to start.
I want you to notice this is something proponents of the something coming from nothing belief always do. They insert something in that nothingness. In other words, it's not nothing anymore. There's actually something there. Notice that Donovan does exactly this. When referring to nothingness, he says everything was there that was needed to create the universe. In other words, the components to start or create the universe were in the nothingness. Wait a minute. If there's something in the nothingness, then it's not nothing. You see, Donovan's everything needed to create the universe can't be there if it's really nothing. So we have to ask Donovan this question. Where did this everything needed to create the universe, allegedly inside this nothingness, come from? Okay, again, so what is the everything?
Everything's everything.
Who caused the everything? Who caused the everything to come into existence?
I have no answer for that.
Yeah, well, I would again say, respectfully, I think that God is the only answer. But in the end, how did the universe come into existence? By the uncaused, eternal God. And it's interesting, the book of John and the book of Colossians and the book of Hebrews all testify that Jesus Christ created all things. So the Bible testifies that Jesus is the answer to this question. He's not only God, He created all things. And that's the person that you need to trust in, Donovan. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.